Hi, this is Derek Willard, and this brief video clip should introduce you to some changes in our curriculum mapping system. First, there's some look and feel changes from Rubicon Atlas, the folks that host our mapping software, and then the other two changes have to do with some curriculum analysis work we're doing here at the school. When you go to log into the system, if you haven't done so in a month or two, you'll notice that the look and the feel, first of all, the landing page has changed quite a bit. You can get a menu that lists everyone on faculty, or you can just type in your last name, and you should be able to use the same password. If you have any password problems, feel free to email me. Once you log in, you'll immediately see a pop-up window that displays a brief 4-minute video on the changes to the system. I encourage you to watch that, and that way you'll find your way around the site easier. All the editing tools should work essentially the way they did before. They're just some visual changes to the system that you need to be aware of. One of the main changes is that you'll see you don't have to go into Develop to find your classes. Your classes are front and center, and when you go in to edit your classes, there's two things we want you to be aware of that should help us with some curriculum analysis projects coming out of our self-study. First, if I select a course, I'll get the traditional unit view. If I want to edit a particular unit, I now click on the name of the unit. You'll see the unit editor looks a little different, but it still has the same word processing tools you're used to. It still has all the categories you're used to mapping. At the very top, you'll notice a new category with some checkboxes. Those checkboxes are 9 20th century skills that have been derived from a list from discussion between department chairs and team leaders in the different divisions. If you want to know more about the definitions of these skills, you should be able to get those definitions from your department chair or team leader. They've been derived from a list at a website called Route 21, which has been hosted by a group called the Partnership for 21st Century Skills. The idea here is when you take a look at a unit, if you think that unit features one or more of the 21st century skills, you can click that box. When you click that box, you can also provide a brief description of what the activity is. For example, students in my AP class are now creating essentially an online textbook using a blog. So I might type something like this. Once I do that, I no longer have to hit save. I can hit save if I don't want to leave the unit editor, but if I hit view, what used to be the old eyeglasses, I'll get a unit view, and you can see that the 21st century skill, creativity, and my description has shown up. If I want to go back to the editor, I simply click on the aardvark. So when you go through your curriculum and update it, if you could check off units that you think feature 21st century skills, then we'll have the ability to search for those skills in the system. We go to the search tab. You notice one of the mapping categories now is 21st century skills. And when I run a search for 21st century skills, then I can find units that feature those skills. Now, if you return to your curriculum, quickest paths on the left, another thing that would be helpful to note in your curriculum is whether or not a unit features something that's critical to our mission here at the school. So for years we've had this school values tab. If you look in your unit planner, where you type in information, you'll see the school value tabs is up at the top. There's also a set of checkboxes here. So if you have a unit, let's say, where you think students are really, that you have an activity that features social responsibility, you can select what that activity is, and you can provide a brief description. For example, students in my regular environmental science class have started a project to work to clear invasive species from our last wooded lot on campus. Again, I can save or click View, and that activity is captured. Now, the school values map is actually a separate map. So if I were to try and go through my curriculum and search it, you'll notice there's a separate search tab for school values. I can search for particular school values like social responsibility. I can search by activity. And when I run the search, I should be able to call up my unit or other units where people in the school are featuring something that really is kind of mission essential. So, in conclusion, those are the basic changes to our mapping system. If you have any questions at all about how that works, please feel free to contact me at derek.willard@providenceday.org. Good luck.